Evening. So today is Chelsea Transfer Talk, second episode of Chelsea Transfer Talk. So essentially today we'll be talking about all the latest transfer news that have been linked to Chelsea. Now let's start with the Osimhen and Ivan Toney. Now for me, I think Osimhen, you all know Osimhen for me is the out and out choice that Chelsea should go for because I think he brings so much to the game, his pace, his pressing, his hold up play, his link up play, and most importantly, his goals. And as well, he has no character issues at all. So for me, I'll be wanting him, I'm taking him over Ivan Tony. But Ivan Tony is a decent striker. But then again, there were reports earlier on in the day stating that if he had been agreed, or rather, personal terms had been agreed between Ivan Tony's camp and Al Ahly in Saudi Pro League, about 60 million euros, something like that per year. So to then see this news linking Chelsea again to Ivan Tony, for me, that's a bit strange. So maybe someone somewhere is briefing the media, um, giving them something wrong, or just enjoying the fanfare. And something that I have noticed as well that since Todd Bowley's takeover, or rather since then the capital led takeover led by Todd Bowley, there's been sort of enjoyment, of the whole transfer fanfare, keeps the club trending, keeps the club in discussions, or keep the club as part of topics, you know, um, in the media and sort of it keeps the club trending. As opposed to Roman's era when you just hear transfer, boom, bish, bash, bosh, it's done, and the player's been announced. So that's uh, that's a bit of a change in my opinion, and I would have preferred it if it had been like the way it was on the Roman, where transfer is just done out of the blues, just like the way it happened with President Neto. No fanfare, no unnecessary um, talk about it once you hear here we go and that's here we go and it's over. But this is what we have to deal with and this is what we have to do. So for me, I would prefer Victor Osimhen, quite frankly, over Ivan Tony. And then we have the bit about Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is a nice player, is a decent player in my opinion, but I don't think he really is a player we need. His profile in terms of a winger or a 10, link up play. We've got those. We've got Jao Felix. We've got Cole Palmer as well. We've got Noni Madrid who's coming to some form. We've got Pedro Neto. I think we'll make that left wing his own. And then we've got Mikhailo Modric, though his confidence is all but gone at this minute. So I don't see where he can play, and especially if we're looking to sign a striker, an out and out striker like a Victor Osimhen or an Ivan Tony, I don't see where he fits in. And I've always been of the belief that style makes games. Style makes games, or style makes players. Now, for instance, Gallagher has gone to Atletico Madrid, and he's going to shine. You know it. He's going to shine. He's going to be unbelievable for them because high energy, pressing, work ethic, work rate. He has that in spades. But for a Maresca style of play, where you're looking for a player that can hold up, that can have some finesse on the ball, control the ball position, the style of play, Gallagher would have struggled. So the same thing. If Chelsea have decided to go for, let's play with three sub nines like how Liverpool used to do with Firmino and Salah and Mane, then it would have worked. Then I would have seen the need to say, okay, you have your Jadon Sancho, you have your Jao Felix, and maybe you have your Palmer as your sub nine forwards, and then you have your Noni Maduekes and your Pedros on the bench, Mikhailo Modric on the bench that can come on as substitutes, and vice versa. But at this minute, I don't really see where Jadon Sancho fits in, and it's a bit strange because Jadon Sancho earns 300k plus a week. So it doesn't quite make sense because if you're trying to reduce the way bill, get the high earners off the books, then it doesn't make sense, to swap Raheem Sterling, who is on 300 plus thousand pounds a week, for Jadon Sancho, who is on 300 plus thousand pounds a week, because you're just exchanging like for like in terms of what they earn. So I don't really see the need for it, in my opinion. No, I don't see the need for it. For me, the focus at this minute should be on Victor Osimhen or Ivan Tony, whichever one you want to go for. But for me, it should be on Victor Osimhen. And there's this certain arrogance I'm seeing in the Chelsea fan base. Oh, we can choose. We'll hold on to the player if he doesn't want to decide. At the end of the transfer window, he'll be desperate and he'll just join the club. You have to be careful. Arsenal haven't signed a number 9 yet. PSG are without the services of Goncalo Ramos. So they're looking for a striker. Now, there have been reports that they don't want to sign a striker, but you never can tell. Come Friday, 10 p.m., a bid could be put in really quickly. You know they've got the money, and that could be it. That could be curtains. And then you without a striker. And we know that the Saudi Pro League club have agreed personal terms with Ivan Tony. So whichever one you want to go for, I know who I want, but whichever player, as sporting director, you want to go for, make it quick and get it done. Because this is the last week on the transfer window, and you don't want to miss out on the striker. Now you've had people who've talked about um, Nicholas Jackson, saying Nicholas Jackson is so he's been in good form. He scored 1 goal, made 1 assist. We all know it. Nicholas Jackson is not a clinical striker. Can we just give it a rest? Ivan Tony is not a clinical striker. Let's just give it a rest. He's not a clinical striker. He's not clinical. He can get you the odd goal here and there. He can give good assists here and there. He can run with the ball, but let's just give it a rest. He's not a technical, clinical striker because the strikers score those ugly goals. They score those ugly goals. Those goals are just when those crosses flash across the 18-yard box and someone taps it in. That's what strikers give you. And I don't think Nicholas Jackson is that sort of player. For me, I think Enzo Maresca should be thinking of playing him as a left winger, inverted left winger, in my opinion. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this one. If you would like to see Victor Seaman come in, you want to see Ivan Tony come in, or you want to be greedy and want both of them, or would you still be open to Jadon Sancho? You know, I know some people have said maybe we'll play with the false 9. Enzo Maresca has made it clear that he wants a striker. He wants an orthodox striker. He played with an orthodox striker in Jimmy Vardy. And during one of his press conferences as well, he spoke about getting a striker. He said, if we can get the number 9, that would help us, then that would be good. Those were his words. So we should be looking to get a striker. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the notification bell and all that good stuff. And then we have the talk about Kepa. Kepa. Head at the start of this fight to start this live stream. We have talked about him undergoing his medical at Bournemouth to join them on a season-long loan with no option or obligation to buy. To me, I think that's good news. You have him off the books at the minute and have some percentage of his wages at least off the books, and you have him at Bournemouth. And then the talks of Mike Penders. Now, this is something that really gets me, what I say, angry, or I say upset, or just makes me wonder what this board are up to. Now, not everything they do is wrong. I know the media wants to make it look like they're just a mad bunch that have no idea what they're doing. But some things they do are just flat out insane. Now you've got Philip Jorgensen in his early 20s. You've got Sanchez. You've got Kepa that's gone on loan. You've got Mike Penders. You've got Petrovic. Now you've got Mike Penders. Now these are like 5 first-team goalkeepers. I'm not talking about Beckstrom. Beckstrom possibly will be on loan. I think Beach as well will be on loan. And then you got Slonina as well that's been playing well for Barnsley. So all these goalkeepers, what are you going to do with them? Probably where I see it, Sanchez might be sold, by the end of, not by the end of the season, but by next season, Sanchez might be sold. And what I think Maresca is doing is he's just waiting. The moment Sanchez makes an error, or a serious error, he's gone. He'll be relegated to the bench. And then back to the Sancho deal, talking about having a swap Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling off the books for me. I've always wanted him gone. Now some people love Sterling, some people like Sterling, some people say he's a decent player, blah blah this and the other. For me, Raheem Sterling, he's just still in the paycheck at the minute at Chelsea, in my opinion. He has the ability, but he's not putting in the work, in my opinion. He might be training fantastically, but all the time he was playing at Chelsea, he was getting playing time under Pochettino. He wasn't playing well. Sterling is a player that cheats the press. Have you ever seen Sterling trying to press? Have you ever seen Sterling trying to press when the team is pressing? You just see Sterling takes up a spot and he just stands between maybe the fullback and a midfielder and just stands. He doesn't move. He doesn't engage the defender in any press. So for me, I think he should be gone. I'll say this: Sterling, obviously a nice guy, a lovely guy. There's some charitable stuff he does. That is nice, good. Open more foundations, help more people. But as a footballer for Chelsea, no. I think the way he plays now, he needs to go to a club where he's the absolute main guy, where everything flows through him. For instance, if he goes to Crystal Palace, he's going to absolutely cook. He would rock it. If he goes to Crystal Palace, he would absolutely rock it there because everything will flow through him. He will be the main guy. I know Ibereze at this minute is technically better than him, but due to what he's achieved so far in his career, I think he'll be the main guy with 9 years old, and everything will flow through him, and he could come good. Same thing at Aston Villa. He'll be the main guy, and everything will flow through him and will come good. I think at Manchester United as well, he could also come good there because who do you have there? Rashford. Not that great. Rashford isn't giving you end product, isn't giving you work ethic on the pitch. So maybe Sterling could work out for Manchester United. For me, I know I just want him gone. It may sound a bit harsh. I just want Sterling gone. In my opinion, he should be gone. You know. So back to the Osimhen talk. We have Nisa Kinsella saying Victor Osimhen is keen on the move, and the club are still monitoring events, but they feel his wage demands are too much. Now, for me, it's a bit odd. There's several layers to this. It's a bit odd because I think Victor Osimhen had always said, I'm not going to move from what I'm earning right now. And that's fair, in my opinion. For a superstar player to stick to his current wage is fair. Because normally what you have is superstar players, they normally would demand for a double of their pay, a double of their weekly wage, insist on that, or a very high sign-on bonus and things like that. Now, if he had done that, I would have understood. There's one thing I've always said: if you think as a team you want to win the title, you want to compete for, trophies like Carabao Cup, Carabao Cup, maybe do a treble like that would be the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the UEFA Conference League, then you need to get a top striker. And to get the top striker and a top player, you need to pay the big bucks to get them. That's just it. That's just it. So it seems odd to me. Now, on the flip side of this, I think this is something that you can even negotiate with, incentivize bonuses and things like that. Okay, you can say, okay, Victor Osimhen come in, okay, take a pay cut, and you earn initially 160k pounds a week, and then if you score 10 goals, and that immediately adds 40,000 pounds a week to your weekly package, take home package of your weekly wage. And then if we finish in the Champions League spots, an additional £23,000 added to your weekly wage. And if that happens, you see that is something that's achievable. But if you now tie it to say you only get a wage increase if you win the Premier League this season, that's very, very, very difficult to achieve. That's very, very difficult to achieve. So, in my opinion, I think the Victor Osimhen deal can be done, and I think it should be done as soon as possible. I think it should be done as soon as possible because anything can happen. I've said this in a previous video. How many of us remember Willian? Willian was scouted by Spurs. He did his medical for Spurs. Spurs sponsored his flight, sponsored the medical, and then lo and behold, he's signed for Chelsea. Now, for us Chelsea fans, it was nice. We could make fun of Spurs as usual, but you don't want to be on the receiving end of that. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that at all. You don't want to be on the receiving end of it. And especially for a position you need. We actually need a striker. I know we've won 6-2 against Wolves, lovely result. But you need a striker. I use Man City as an example. Man City, Pep Guardiola, he's sort of like the father or the grandmaster when it comes to tiki-taka football. Pass, 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 shot forward, diminutive forwards. But he's come to the realization that if I need to take the game to the next level, I need to introduce a striker, a number 9, an actual out and out striker. An actual out and out striker. Because they get you those goals. And people often say, we can share the goals. If you have your João Felixes, if you have your what's it called, your Palmers, your Maduekes, you can share the goals, as opposed to having one guy that scores all the goals. No, look at Man City. If Erling Haaland scores 26, 27 goals, you still have Kevin De Bruyne, maybe gives you 7, 8. You have some other strike forward that gives you 10 goals. Some midfielder that gives you 5 goals. They still share the goals about. And nothing stops you from scoring more goals, from having more people contribute. We had the Drogba at Chelsea. He scored lots of goals, yet you still had Frank Lampard scoring 20 goals a season. So that's something we have to get clear. So for me, this goalkeeper issue, that's no problem at the minute. I'm happy that we're getting Kepa off the books, and more players will be going as well. We've heard that Disasi may even be sold, and if he's sold, Chalobah could be kept. I don't have any problem with Chalobah staying. For me, the defender that should be going is Disasi. Disasi should be gone. He should be gone, in my opinion. Disasi should be gone. I'm sorry, Badiashile rather. Badiashile should be gone because he looks so scared on the ball. And when you're playing with other young defenders like Colwill, Fofana, Disasi, now, because the only time I've seen Badiashile play well is when he's played with Thiago Silva, an experienced defender. So maybe the only time he'll be able to play well is when he plays when he pairs with Tosin. Maybe if he plays with Tosin, then it will come good. But right now, no, he is not playing well at all. So he should be gone, in my opinion. He should be gone, in my opinion. He should be gone. I wonder what your thoughts are on the centre back that should be leaving. And then Broja as well. Armando Broja. There were reports earlier on that he sustained an injury while he was training with Chelsea. So they're still in discussions with Ipswich Town. I think McKenna, the Ipswich coach, was saying something during the interview about discussions are still going on with Chelsea, and everything's still under wraps, and it could still work out. It could still turn out to work for everybody, and I would really like it to work out, especially for the player, because Broja is one player I saw at the academy and I was like, "Oh, this guy is really, really good." I was happy when he got his debut after his loan at Southampton. and then he got an injury as well and was unable to play. So and at this moment, I don't think he'll be able to make it at Chelsea because I feel Chelsea will get a striker. So if it's Ivan Tony or Victor Osimhen, and he would not play. He would not play. So that's it for me. I don't think he should stay. It'd be a very, very good move for him to leave and join Ipswich Town. So at this point, I've come to the end of this stream. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you join me next time on the channel. Do subscribe to the channel, the notification bell, notify each time I post a video and go live. And I'll see you on yet another video.